So we've got this bit of wall. The cows have, I don't know what they've done, they've charged into it or something, and it's all come down. So we're going to have a go at building it back up again. It's our first gap, isn't it?
So yeah, we've taken a bit of a bulge out over that side. I feel like the weather might have just killed all the sound. We're trying anyway. So still. Definitely a moment to just take it in. This is definitely a treat. When sunlight in the northern hemisphere in the wintertime seems to be, in England, in the UK anyway, quite a rarity at this winter so far. So I'm absolutely basking in it and enjoying having a bit of warmth on my face, and I'm sure that the animals will be loving it too. So this is their watering hole, and it's a good opportunity for me to have a good look at them and count that they're all here as they adjust to their new life on the moor. It's a bit rough and ready, but I think Dad would approve a lovely wreath with homemade greenery from around Dale Farm. So it's a bit of a miserable and soggy Christmas morning. So all there is to do really is put some hay in the feeders for the sheep, have a quick check round everything, and have a shower and relax a bit. They're obviously hungry. Merry Christmas, girls. So this is me glammed up for Christmas dinner. We went over to my mum's house. She cooked for us a really nice roast. It was an okay day, probably quite a sad day really, but we got through it and that's what matters. It's a miserable and foggy Boxing Day, and we're in the mist again. We seem to be in the mist a lot at the moment. So we've just dropped off the cows their bale. They're all present and correct on the moor, looking quite happy despite it being very wet. So then we're going to go and check on the other cows next, and the sheep, which is certainly quite cold and blown away any of the cobwebs from lots of food on Christmas Day.
So we've got this bit of wall. The cows have, I don't know what they've done, they've charged into it or something, and it's all come down. So we're going to have a go at building it back up again. It's our first gap, isn't it?
It is. So we're going to do a bit of stone sorting, and then see how we get on. See what the cows think.
Oh, that's a good one.
Are you still deconstructing them here?
Yeah, it's like you need like a stable platform to put them onto like that. So they're good.
So yeah, we've taken a bit of a bulge out over that side, and we're just thinking that would make it more stable.
It was going to fall down at some point.
It would have fallen, yeah. Progress is being made, I think. We have made some good progress on what would otherwise be a totally uninspiring and grim day. We're kind of like, I feel like the weather might have just killed all the sound. We're trying anyway. Look at that. Can I have any thoughts, Nick?
I think we've done alright, haven't we? Who knew?
Yeah, I think so. I'm quite proud of that.
Yeah.
So the weather you can see here now is pretty much typical of what we've been seeing lately. For the past couple of weeks, really, there was Dad's funeral where the fog lifted for like 2 to 3 hours, then it came back, and this is pretty much how it is. It's just this fog that sort of rises and falls, and there isn't really much in the way of blue sky, and keeps raining, and it's a bit snowy at the moment, and it's just I don't know, really, it's just not very inspiring, and you can sort of, we were saying this morning, you don't really notice the difference between day and night. Like, there is no clear definition because you don't get any sun and you don't even have a moon, really, so it's just shades of darkness. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. Shades of darkness. So all in all, December was quite a challenging month, all things considered. For Nick and I, stepping into the role of taking over the running of the farm without my dad around, and we had about 9.4 inches of rain and only 20 hours of sunlight over the whole month, so it was very wet. There was a fair amount of fog and cloud and challenging days. So I'm certainly glad to see the back of December and start a new year and try and have a positive attitude. One thing that I really did learn from working with my dad and spending so much time with him on the farm was that you always have to try and be optimistic and look on the bright side, find small things around you to be thankful for each day. And so even though some days it seems really hard, it seems like things are never going to get better, like the land will never dry out, like things will never come good again, they always do. And so it's really worth just hanging on in there and being very stoic and able to weather the hard times. And it's now 8:21 and the sky is just starting to light up as the sun comes over the horizon, and it's very pretty. And it's actually quite mild this morning. The weather's been... Oh, I dropped my hat. The weather's been all over the place this week, up and down, frosts and cold days, and now it's more mild. They were talking about snow, so I just don't know how it's going to go. So we've never actually done this before, but this is a Yule log, which our friends Kat and Ewan made for us. And on here it's got my wishes for 2022, Nick's wishes for 2022, Kat and Ewan's wishes for 2022, and we're gonna put the whole thing on the fire and burn it, which I think is quite a nice thing to do.
Here you go.
You're not going to shut the door?
Let's see it a bit first.
Wow. Oh. So thank you for watching and supporting our channel. It is appreciated. Reading your comments is wonderful and definitely gives me a lift on times where I'm finding it difficult. So thank you and see you next time. Bye.